What's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make a car wash. Unfortunately, this thing doesn't actually work, but it does have everything that you would expect to find at an actual car wash. It has all of the ramps and jets and buffers and everything that you'd expect to find on the inside. It has all kinds of cleaning apparatus on the outside, and there's even a few parking spaces on the outside of the car wash as well. Unfortunately, the car does not come as part of this tutorial, but if you do want to make it to go along with your car wash, you can find a tutorial for this exact car in both the card system and in the description below. You'll be able to find it there. And if you do enjoy these sorts of tutorials, guys, please do give this video a like and a share. I'd really appreciate it. Comment down below what else you think we should add to our city next. Also, subscribe for more, and do check out the cards and the description below for more builds like this and for that car if you want to make it. It does kind of go with the car wash, but there is way more than enough talking. Why don't I actually show you how to build this great looking car wash? So, if you want to make it, here's what you'll need. Grab yourself some pillar quartz blocks, some quartz stairs, some quartz slabs, some cyan hardened clay, some stone brick stairs, some black wool, some light blue glass, some yellow hardened clay, and some light blue glass block. Plus, we'll need every single other one of those materials that you can see in the inventory right now, and we may even need more than that, because I am, as you guys know, quite forgetful. So, grab everything that you see there, and once you have everything, once you've figured out where you want to make it, I'm going to be making it right here. I'm going to be making it right behind my petrol station in my lovely city. Well, you're going to want to kick off your car wash with this sequence of blocks coming directly up from the ground. You want to do 1 cyan hardened clay, then do 3 black wool, 1, 2, 3. Then take that third black wool and go behind it by 3 with your black, 1, 2, 3. Then extend that block down to the ground by 1 and 2. Then connect it to the ground with a cyan hardened clay. Return back up to the block that you connected to the ground and go behind this black wool block by 3 once more, 1, 2, 3. Then go down by 2, 1 and 2. Then connect that down to the ground with cyan hardened clay, like that. Add a layer of yellow hardened clay directly on top of the row of black, like this. Take this first up front yellow hardened clay, this one right here, because this is the front of the car wash. Take this yellow hardened clay and go right of it by 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then take that 7th block, extend it backwards until it is in line with the opposite row of yellow hardened clay, and then connect it together, like this. Add a layer of black wool directly underneath the right hand row of yellow hardened clay. Then take the very first black walls and the back black walls and extend them to the ground by doing 2 black wool and 1 cyan hardened clay. Then take the center block in the row of black and extend it down to the ground by 2 black wool, 1 and 2, 1 cyan hardened clay. Place a row of upside down stone brick stairs in between the cyan hardened clays and fill the empty space in between all of the black wool and the stairs in with cyan or rather light blue stained glass paint, like that. Do that to the opposite side as well. So on the opposite side we want to do our upside down stone brick stairs with our light blue stained glass paint all the way in between. So we want to have something which should look like this. And just because I kind of want this place looking a bit nicer, what we're now going to do is we're going to take out our quartz stairs, and we want to take each one of the yellow stained clay blocks that we have at the front and the back. We want to take the 2 corners and we want to do upside down quartz stair blocks facing towards the center. So we want to take the 2 corners here and we want to have the stairs face off against each other and do a row of quartz slabs in between them, like this. We want to do the same on the back. So on the back we want to have upside down quartz stairs in each one of the back corners facing towards each other with quartz slabs in between, like that. We then want to, on the outer parts of the quartz stairs, we want to have a row of pillar quartz block that just connects from that stair down to the ground. And this is going to extend out the car wash by an additional row, and it's going to make things look a little bit nicer. Like that, if you guys can see. What we also want to do is we want to place upside down quartz stairs on the sides now. So we want to take the pillar quartz blocks, we want to do upside down quartz stairs facing towards each other on each side, and we want to connect them together with a row of slabs in the middle. Very similar to what we just did on the front and the back, except now we are doing it on the side. So we want to have something which should look like that, looking pretty good. Now, fill in the roof of this place with light blue stained glass block. It'll take a second or two, but it's not a very big roof, so it won't take like an incredible amount of time. So we just want to have that, right? Well, once you've done that, what we now want to do is we want to do the inside of the car wash a little bit. So, where we have like these rows of cyan stained clay and the stairs and all of this stuff, right? On the left and right, we want to do a row in the ground of yellow hardened clay, like next to the window. So next to the base of the window in the ground, we want to have 2 rows of yellow hardened clay, if that makes sense. You guys can see what I'm talking about there, right? Perfect. So that's what you want to have. We now want to grab some stone slabs. And what we want to do is we want to take each one of the ends of these rows of yellow hardened clay, and we want to, in the ground, do stone slabs, like next to the end rows of the yellow hardened clay. Then on top of the cyan stained clays, we want to place stone slabs in between, like the 2 ends that we've kind of just placed. We want to place a row of stone slabs in between, like that. Now, we want to knock out the ground in between the 2 elevated rows of stone slabs, knock out the ground, and place upside down stone brick stairs facing towards each other. Not upside down stone brick stairs, sorry, just regular facing stone brick stairs facing towards each other like this. And that is the inside of the car wash. Well, kind of. Because what we now want to do is we want to take out the hoppers. We'll need nether brick fence, we'll need blue wool, we'll need white wool. We might even need some jungle leaves, and maybe even a little bit of block of quartz later as well. We'll also need the stone slabs later too. We might need a little bit of cyan stained clay. It kind of depends on what you've done. And we also need like a cauldron. Okay, next thing we're gonna do. So, we now want to place, wherever you have a cyan hardened clay, you want to place a nether brick fence next to that clay on the inside of the car wash. And on top of each one of those fences, you want to place a blue wall, white wall, blue wall. Blue wall, white wall, blue wall. Blue wall, white wall, blue wall. You guys get the idea. And these are the, like, they're the buffers that kind of like wash the car whilst you're inside of it. Like that. Perfect. Next thing we're going to do is we're just going to add some hoppers to the roof. And we're going to add hoppers like, we want to add the hoppers in these positions. So in between the 2 sets of front buffers here, we want to, in the roof, have a row of 4 hoppers like that. Does that make sense? So we want to have 4 hoppers right in the middle of the glass, coming from the roof in between the 2 buffers. And we want the same on the back. So in between the 2 back sets, we kind of want to have hoppers in this position. It might be a bit easier to see it from the ceiling actually. So you can see where they are. They're evenly spaced in between the glass and in between each one of like the buffers of the car. It's quite easy really. Once you've got that taken care of, this is what we're going to do next. So I'm going to take out my jungle leaves, and I'm going to do a row of 7 jungle leaves coming out from in front of the car wash, and they're going to begin from the cyan stained clays that we placed right at the very beginning of the tutorial. So 7 jungle leaves, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like that. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like that. In the ground, I want to do a row of block of quartz next to the jungle leaves. This is extended out from the yellow stained clay of the actual interior of the car wash, like that, right? Now, I'm going to take moving through the bush on the left, so this 7th block of bush, I'm going to move left, and I'm going to do a row of 6 in the ground. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then I'm going to extend this block backwards, and I'm just going to extend it backwards until it is even in the line with the back of the car wash right here, yeah? Then I'm going to extend it backwards by, let's say, another 7 blocks. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like that. Then I'm going to extend it across like this, and I want to line it up with where the block of quartz is on the front, so like that. Then I'm going to take the same yellow stained clay block on the back, I'm going to extend it out backwards, so it's even with the row that I've just made, and then I want to extend it out by, what is it, like a row of 7? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think it's 6. And then, you know what, I'll leave this left-hand side. I'll leave the right-hand side because this is going to be parking. I'll explain all that stuff later. But what we've done, essentially, we've dug some holes in the ground, and they look like this. On the left-hand side of the build, we have created a rectangle. We're going to fill the outer part of that rectangle in with our block of quartz. So this is going to determine where the areas that we're going to be able to like hand clean our car if we choose. This is like the area that we're going to be hand cleaning the car, right, on the left. And we're going to have, as I said, like just next to the block of quartz here, coming out the back, we're going to have another row of jungle leaves coming out to meet the block of quartz like that. However, on this left-hand side, I'm going to have a cauldron. The cauldron is going to be 1 row away to the left of this bottom front left-hand corner pillar quartz block. There's a cauldron. Then, leaving a gap of 1, or leaving a gap of 2 in the ground, moving backwards, I'm going to place a quartz stair, if I can ever grab them. There we go. So I'm going to grab the quartz stair, and behind that we need some more materials. I'm going to grab some yellow hardened clay, the nether brick fence, the blue wool. I'm going to grab, we already have the stone slabs, we need those. Some like item frames and some like water buckets wouldn't go amiss. And you know what, even something that we don't have, some tripwire hooks. Okay, so behind the quartz block I'm going to place a yellow hardened clay. Behind that, a blue wool. On top of that blue, I'm going to place another block of quartz. And then on top of that, I'm going to place a block that I don't have, which is going to be quartz slab. Then I'm going to extend that towards me by 1. I'm going to place an item frame in front of this quartz block with a water bucket in it. I'm going to go left of that quartz block, and I'm going to place a stone slab coming out of the upper half of the quartz block, and I'm going to place a nether brick fence on top of that, and that's just like a tool that you can use to clean your car. Left of the yellow stained clay block, I'm going to place a tripwire hook, and now we have a nice little station that we can use to clean our car. You might even want to throw water in the cauldron. Also, what I'm going to do later on is I'm going to dig out this area, and I'm going to make the area here a bit different. I don't particularly want it to be just like cyan hardened clay, because I'm a little bit bored of cyan hardened clay around my city. My city is very, very, very riddled with cyan hardened clay. It's not a material that I enjoy seeing too much. I mean, you guys might be able to see it here, so we're going to change things up a bit. That's the left-hand side complete, however. On the right-hand side, what we're going to do is we are going to do a row of block of quartz, and it's going to come out of the right-hand side here of the right-hand hedge at the very end. And we're going to do, let's say, a row of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A row of 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like that, right? And then I'm going to replace all of those blocks with a block of quartz. I'm going to take the second block of quartz and I'm going to extend it backwards, and I'm going to extend it all the way back here until we connect with the shape that we made earlier, like so. And now we're going to make some car parking spaces. So I'm going to just fill in the area that I just dug out actually with block of quartz because it's kind of necessary, like this. I'm going to fill that in with block of quartz. And now we're just going to make some car parking spaces. So my cars are 4 blocks wide, so I'm just going to leave a gap of 4 in between each one of these spaces. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Going to knock that out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Going to knock that out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, that's 4, isn't it? Yep, gonna knock that out. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Gonna knock that out. And then I'm just going to... Maybe we can have a double wide space at the back, maybe? I'm not sure. I'll figure that out later. We'll do a little bit of landscaping, but it's alright. We can even everything out later if we just have to place some flowers or some stuff. But on the left-hand side here, like I said, the idea is that it's going to be a car park. So I'm just now going to dig some bays that are big enough, B-A-Y, not B-A-E, some bays that are just big enough to accommodate the cars. So I'm just going to have that, and then we need a row of 4. And like I said, like it doesn't line up perfectly with my cars. Like I could extend this backwards, or I could shorten it just so that we have like a perfect car park, which I guess I kind of could. It wouldn't be too difficult. Like if I wanted to just simply like shrink the car park a little bit, like if I wanted to shrink the car wash, I could make it so that the parking bays were perfect on the right hand side. But I'm not sure what I want to do. I might even make it a little bit bigger. I might make it a little bit smaller. I might add some flowers in here. But that is pretty much like, although you might not recognize it, this is the tutorial pretty much done. Like, it doesn't look 100% complete, but all we have to do is, in between this space between like this hedge and the car parking area on the right, we just have to fill this in with stone slabs like this. And out the back here, this is just cyan stained clay. Like, I wouldn't want to change this because this is supposed to be road. But what you might want to add is some jungle leaves coming out of the cyan stained clay like this. You might want to add some block of quartz coming out of the back of the yellow stained clay to make it nice and even. You might even want to, again, destroy like the space between the hedge and between, you might want to destroy the space between the hedge and between the car park bays and replace that with stone slabs because it looks a bit nicer. And you might also want to build a car coming out of the back of this. But I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll build a car. I'll also destroy the little pathing here on the left hand side, like around all of the things that we would need to like manually clean the car, and I'll show you what this looks like. I might even put a car in the bay on the right hand side here. So I'll be back in just a second. All that I would suggest that you guys do is clear out this area on the left, replace it with stone slabs, and I'd also suggest building a car around here because it'd actually look really good. I'll be back in a moment once I've done that. And there we go. So you might be able to see that I have changed the ground here on the left of the car wash. I've now turned it into stone slabs. It looks a little bit nicer. Plus, I have added a car coming out of the back end of the car wash as well, which, I don't know, it just kind of solidifies what this place really is, and it just makes it look a little bit nicer, I think, adding a car to it. It just makes it a bit more realistic. We have this car here as well. This is just like a plain white car. It looks a little bit boring, actually, than its counterpart, but it's just like a plain white car. A little bit chunky, but every single one of my vehicles are like 4 blocks wide, so what can you do? But this is the car wash, guys. I hope that you've enjoyed this tutorial. I really do. It's a great addition to a city. Looks great next to a petrol station and a supermarket. Like, the more builds you add that like make sense and that you can put together, I mean, it just really does enhance a city that you might be working on, takes it to the next level. If you've enjoyed this build, please give this video a like, give it a share. I'd really appreciate it. Comment down below what else you'd like to see me make next. I'd really love to see your guys' ideas. A lot of you are asking for a mall, but I'd like to see what else you want me to make. Also, if you wouldn't mind, subscribe, and if you make any of this stuff, show me a picture of it on Twitter. Follow me at TSMC360. If you want to make anything else, check out the cards in the description below. Not only will I show you how to make a car, and, well, basically, you'll find playlists in the card system in the description below, and they will show you how to make all of this stuff, every single thing that you can see here. We have a petrol station here that we're not getting a very good view of. We have a supermarket, we have a train station, we have a cafe, we have a barber shop, we have Domino's Pizza, a couple of townhouses, we have a church, a graveyard, we have a hearse, we have a chip shop, pet shop, Wendy's, that's a coffee shop. Over there in the distance we have a Ferris wheel and a carousel because we're working on a theme park. And if you want to look over there in the distance, we have an actual proper public park with loads of builds in it. That entire thing right there has tutorials. You can make literally everything that you see here and so much more, guys. I have so many more tutorials than there is just in this world. It's just, unfortunately, I didn't start building the city until recently, so what can you do? Thank you very much for watching. Check out all of that in the cards and the description below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.